Talk about an absolute gut punch of a loss. That is what the Yankees experienced tonight against the Orioles. And I was looking forward to this recap. I really was, because in honor of Tina Turner's passing, I was going to drop a bunch of Tina Turner references into tonight's recap. I was going to say, like, oh, the Yankees were simply the best, better than all the rest, etc., etc. But now I can't do that. I guess it's going to work out fine. Rough loss for the Yankees tonight. And what was really disappointing is how well they started off, how dynamic the offense was early, especially two guys, Gleyber Torres and who would have thunk it, but IKF. Those are the guys that were leading us to victory here tonight, at least early. We started off in the bottom half of the third where IKF hits a triple to center, which I can't remember the last time IKF has done that. But then right after that, Gleyber Torres drilled a 2-run shot into center field, 414 feet. Yankees took a 2-0 lead. The Orioles got on the board in the next half of the inning when Ryan Mountcastle hit a home run, cut the deficit in half. Then we saw in the bottom of the fifth, after Anthony Volpe walked, IKF with a home run. IKF with a triple and a home run in the same game, halfway to the cycle. Insane. His third home run of the year. He's way on pace to surpass last year. That gave the Yankees a 4-1 lead. And then right after Higashioka struck out, Gleyber drilled his second homer of the day into left field, just got in there. Yankees took a 5-1 lead, and I was feeling pretty good after this. I think most Yankee fans were, especially with Nestor on the mound. And Nestor had a really solid outing for 6 innings, but then again, we remind ourselves what happens to Nestor later on in games when that man goes through the order the third time. It is not a pretty sight. Now, I can already tell that I'm going to get a lot of mixed comments about this. In the moment, I didn't hate the fact that Boone kept Nestor in there for the 7th inning. I didn't love it because he was only at, 77 pitches? But in my head, the entire time, as Santander walked and then Hayes singled, the entire time I'm sitting there going, he's going to give up a home run, isn't he? I was just waiting for it. I was just waiting for the Nestor blow-up to happen. And it did, as right after those two at-bats, Adam Frazier lifts a 3-run home run into right field, narrows the deficit to 5-4. Seeing Nestor, and we'll get to DJ in a second, but seeing two of our favorite Yankees start to fall apart this year, I mean, this is sadder than, like, when the Beatles broke up. I wasn't around then, but this is my Beatles breaking up. This is heartbreaking. Or for the younger generation, this is like when One Direction broke up. It's sad seeing our heroes fall like this. This is heartbreaking stuff. I still love Nestor, always do, and I'm glad that he's, good at least through 4 or 5 innings, but once it becomes later in the game, he just starts to struggle, and I don't know what it is. Maybe the pitch clock has something to do with it, but he's not the same Nestor. Then they bring in Jimmy Cordero, and again, can't blame Boone for this. Jimmy Cordero has been pretty good as of late. Keyword is as of late, or the key phrase for that matter, because right after that, single, double to Gunnar Henderson, 2-run double. That gives the Orioles a 6-5 lead. And then he walks Adley Rutschman. I don't know what happened there with Jimmy. That was a struggle. Sad to see that. And then Albert Abreu comes in. That's one I really don't know if I can defend. Keep putting Albert Abreu out there. But sac fly to Mountcastle, single to Santander, single to Hayes. That's 3 more runs for the Orioles. The Orioles scored 8 runs in the 7th inning. Just gut-wrenching. And the Yankees were not coming back from this. They did score in the 7th, but they could not get the lead back. So yeah, in the moment, right now, I can't totally kill Boone for this. And I'm sure when Boone gives his press conference later tonight, he's going to say that Nestor was at 77 pitches. He was dealing. I was fine moving on from him. But with that said, I totally understand everyone's outrage and frustration with the fact that, him leaving him out there. I wouldn't have done it. I was personally okay with it, but I get the frustration because we've seen this man struggle. And we were hoping that maybe this time he won't do it. But this time it wasn't meant to be. Nestor showed his true colors yet again. And it just sucks to see that, man. We love this guy so much. To see him struggle like this is a real shame. I don't even want to know what his stats are post the 5th inning, but it cannot be. It has to be just awful. And also, to give, Nestor a little bit of grief there was a play that on the Austin Hayes single that Volpe should have made, and he didn't. But Volpe had a good night at shortstop, but that was one play that just killed them. And yeah, it wasn't going to get any better from that. Tough loss for the Yankees because this was a game they really easily could have won. We had a great, excellent chance to close the gap in the American League East, and we just blew it. And you want to blame Boone? Go ahead, blame Boone for that. I just think our pitchers just collapsed in the seventh. Bad night for Nestor, bad night for Jimmy, bad night for Abreu. Just shocking to see all of them collapse in that one inning. Sometimes you can't blame it all on the manager, even though I know there's going to be a lot of blame on the manager, and I get it. Sometimes you got to blame the players too, and the pitchers tonight just didn't show up for us when we needed it. I think that is the main reason for the loss tonight. Tough loss. What a way to waste a great IKF night. What a way to waste a great Glaber night. No one really else got going. DJ had the bases loaded in the bottom of the seventh, and I thought, oh sure, this is gonna be a time where DJ comes through and delivers. Nope, doesn't get it done. Just nothing. Just a sad night. A game that very easily we could have won. We just could not close it. Tough loss, but we have a chance to win the series tomorrow with Clark Schmidt on the mound, who I don't hate anymore because today he admitted his favorite Taylor Swift song is Invisible String. So no matter what happens, Clark Schmidt, I cannot say anything bad about you tomorrow because that is a based answer, my friend. That's it for now, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to this channel and you like what you see, make sure you subscribe down below. And don't forget to smash that like button. I'll be back tomorrow to break down the final game of the series between the Yankees and the Orioles. Take care, and God bless.